If you are new in the market with your product, you have to think about pricing. You can use different logics to price your product. For example, you could say that price of your product should be such that total number of sales should make you profitable. Or if you have deep pockets, you can say that your price should be low enough to drive competition out of money. You could also say that you can give your product for free and people will obviously buy, right? Well, in this video, I will tell you what price actually means to the customer and why you should keep a lot of things in mind before putting a price on anything. How much did you pay for your t-shirt? Was it somewhere in the range of $100 or did it cost less than $10? In either of those cases, you are likely to feel that the price paid was justified. While one t-shirt can certainly cost more than another one, under no circumstances will one cotton t-shirt be more useful than another cotton t-shirt. Both serve to cover body with something relatively comfortable. However, when someone bought a $10 t-shirt, that person was not expecting to show it off to anyone. They just wanted something comfortable to wear or to wear when they want to relax, or they wanted something cheap to cover themselves with. Most of these t-shirts are a necessity, but when a person bought a $100 t-shirt, that person is not going to buy it for wearing while they sleep. That person will not buy that t-shirt to wear when no one is around at home, and that person is obviously not buying it as a means of covering their body. That person is buying a luxury because they want to show to the world that they can afford to. Needs of people in both categories are different. Now assume someone is in market for $100 t-shirt and they see somebody selling a $10 t-shirt and calling it better than $100 t-shirt in terms of quality, strength and longevity. You might think that the person will buy it. It is the most logical way to make a buying decision. Good material for cheaper price. But as some of you might have already guessed, the person who was in the market for luxury clothing will not buy it because this kind of bargain really causes doubt in minds of most people. Why is it cheaper than a Gucci t-shirt? Is it stolen? Is it a knockoff? Is the seller lying? Also, the seller is forgetting one very important point about the t-shirt. The main purpose of the t-shirt for the buyer was to show it off. Now how do you expect someone to show off a $10 t-shirt which is so easily available? Okay, then you can make a point that luxury buyer will not buy that t-shirt. But what about someone who is in the market not for showing off, but for the best bargain instead? Well, interestingly, it won't do much better there either. If that person is in the market for best bargain, they know that cheap clothes are a risky buy. And if they already have a trusted brand that says it is just selling cheap t-shirts with no out-of-the-world promises, why would they switch to someone who is making shady claims such as their t-shirts are cheaper and it is better than most expensive ones? The buyer will ask, if the t-shirts are so better, then why are they not priced highly? Same concept can be applied to jewelry. Cheap jewelry will always be assumed to be a fake without even testing it. Besides, what is the point of buying jewelry if you can't even boast about how expensive it is? Paying a high price for something is what makes it precious in the first place. Let's apply this concept to something which is more common, like burgers. So let's say you want to sell burgers that you think are going to be more delicious than anything else on the market. How would you convey that to people? Would you price it a generic $4 to $5? No, you better not. If you want to convey that your burger is great, then price has to be higher than your average burger. It is not just cost in terms of money. A customer also pays in terms of time. So going back to burgers, people will buy a $10 burger from a drive-thru. But do you expect that people will buy a $100 burger from the same drive-thru? No, they won't. But a person who comes into a high-end restaurant with expensive-looking forks and attractive waiters, a place where that person will have to wait for half an hour for the burger to be served, will pay $100 for the burger. Proper pricing reflects availability as well. You can't sell rare products for cheap. If a store tells you that these jeans were handmade from thread to final product and only about 100 such jeans are made per year, a very high price will be justified there. But if those same jeans cost less than $5, you will begin to question the credibility of the seller and the quality of those jeans. Price will also tell your customers about what you sell. For example, in video games, there is a reason why AAA games try to price themselves almost same. Even indie games will try to price themselves in the ranges of $5, $10 and so on. An indie game of $10 sounds like a fair deal. A AAA game of $60, fair deal. When a AAA game tries itself $40 or $30 on launch, it raises questions in minds of some people. They will assume that there must be something wrong with the game, like it must be incomplete, or it must not be in demand, or it must be just a filler game, which will hurt a developer's sales. Similarly, an unknown developer won't price their game to a full $60 because that space is owned by AAA devs. You better be a well-known developer or at least be with a well-known publisher before you try to move into AAA price territory. One question that I get asked most is that aren't people going to know in the end about the quality of the product regardless of the price? To those people, I simply ask back, how many 99-cent games do you own on Steam? Which brings us to the end of the video. If you have any questions, make sure to DM them to me or ask them in comments. If you feel that this video can help someone you know, make sure to share it with them.